Hello everybody, welcome to Student Union by Visual Novel Village, currently on Kickstarter. It's only got a couple days left, and it needs a little bit of help. It's got about $10,000 left until it reaches its goal of about $33,000. And let me just tell you this, I've been kind of keeping up on this game for a little while, and it looks amazing, like holy crap. I actually, I put in $20 towards the Kickstarter. That'll get you a digital copy of the game if you do decide to support it. And there's other tiers as well, but I figured why not throw them some money. It looks amazing, and very rarely do I ever pledge on Kickstarter. So I've heard good things, and let's get right into it. This is the demo. You can download it on Steam. This is the itch.io demo. You can also download it there, obviously. And it's really cool. Like, it has a lot of good production already, and it's just gonna get better. So without further ado, let's get into Student Union. Blood, dirt, and sweat coat my arms to the elbows, and I can no longer tell where any of it came from. If I keep going with this, I'll eventually be caught. What the hell am I going to do? Yeah, Turner? A teacher rushes in the office, pushing the door with more force than necessary. I plunge in my seat and sit upright. After taking a step in, she stops. She finds me in the chair across from the empty desk. Oh, hey, you're in my class this year, aren't you? Hey, Miss Webb. Yeah, this year's the first. She eyes me with suspicion. What are you doing in here? I was called in on the intercom earlier, so I'm really not sure yet. Okay, well, please keep waiting. Don't leave. She holds back annoyance, though not very well. As she exits, she closes the door more softly than she had opened it. I look at the space around me. This is the first time I've been here. Administration offices are sectioned off from the classrooms, and this one dwarfs the others. Unattended coffee, or maybe it's tea, I don't really know, sits on the desk. Steam coming up from the cup wafts in the sunlight entering from the window. I take a breath while combing the office with my eyes. Actually, by my smell, it's definitely coffee. I mean, why did I think it was tea? That was stupid of me. On the wall, there's a framed certificate titled Master of Business Administration. It was issued from a prestigious university about 6 years ago. On near the degree are sets of frames arrayed with pinned butterflies. A wireframe model of a dodecahedron rests on the desk. Interrupting my fidgeting, and this time without a knock, a well-dressed man enters and greets me with a smile. Hi there, Elaine. Thanks for being patient. I'm the assistant principal, Mr. Underwood. Oh my god, Mr. Underwood. I saw House of Cards. Such a good show. Oh, well, I must not be in trouble, so I stand and extend my hand. He doesn't seem pissed off at me, but then again, he could be hiding it very, very well. His smile curves are stronger at the gesture, and he shakes my hand firmly. His grip is stronger than mine. I mean, that's no surprise. Closes the door behind him, walks to his desk, and seats himself. Go ahead, sit, please. I heard that you were asked about... Sorry? I heard that you were asking around about odd jobs you could do for the school. I returned to the same chair across from his desk that I'd been warming and leaned forward. Yes, sir. I was wondering if I could make extra money during the school year. I was thinking of saving up for college. Admirable. You are in the senior year, right? Why not get a summer job? Well, I worked at the library downtown over the break. I was trying to figure out something more local. The bus schedule makes it tricky. Oh boy, tell me about it. As someone who used to take the bus everywhere because I didn't have a car, it sucked, having to get pretty much anywhere in the city. Kafka Library. Yes, it's a bit of a commute, nearly an hour each way. He drinks from his coffee and looks past me for a moment. Well, I do have something. I have been introducing the idea to a few of the other seniors. What's your background? It's currently an office. Oh, that's not the kind of background you meant. I straightened up my seat a bit. I've had this interview-like exchange a few times. I'm from here, so I grew up with a lot of the students. Not that I really know them all well, but, you know, I'm not shy, if that's what you mean. My grades are important to me. I'm a hard worker, and I've got lots of jobs. Or I've had lots of jobs, probably more than the other students. Not out of, because I want to have jobs, more out of necessity. Mr. Underwood seems receptive and maintains eye contact with me. I notice he's thumbing the side of his cup. His fingernail colors white from the pressure. Where else? Oh, I worked at the Pass and Gas. The gas station. Yeah, I worked afternoon shifts on weekends for a while. I stocked shelves at the grocery too. Oh, there was one of the backer rewards, and I wish I had the money for it. It was like $700, but you actually get to be a character in the game, which is really cool. You get to design your own character, and you can pick from like they can either be like a student or a teacher or a gas station manager. So like that was one of the rewards. They're all gone except for one. Man, I wish I had the cash. I totally would have splurged to actually be in the game. But you'll see me in the credits at least, so that's something, I guess. Also, they sometimes need help at the water treatment plant and hire interns, so I've done work there on and off. Well, you stay busy. All of your work will pay off and you should feel proud. Hopefully. That's what everyone says. Sometimes I wonder. I grit my teeth and hold back any response. After a couple seconds pass, I nod slightly. Mr. Underwood pats a small stack of papers on his desk. You have excellent grades, too. You're a strong candidate. However, something I cannot glean from your file is whether or not you're able to work with little instruction. What I need is a student to take the project and run with it, reporting in weekly. He pauses, waiting for a response. I'm nervous, not from the content of the conversation, from something else entirely. My face may betray me, but I attempt a confident nod. I'd be happy to try. What do you need? I need someone with an entrepreneurial spirit to take the lead on forming a student union. It is in the experimental phase, and I am trying to convince the board it is valuable to both the students involved and the administration, despite an upfront cost. As the president, you would put in a minimum amount of 10 hours in a week, report to me directly, and you would have a small budget. 10 hours will not be a problem. I mean, do you mean a group to represent all the students? Is that what you're talking about? As you might know, our school receives federal funding. Our facility is part of the public education system, so our local government is mandated to allocate money to us, to help us maintain resources for our students, basic stuff. The amount received may fluctuate when officials change offices, policies, legislations, or the state takes in more or less than anticipated. Our school system tends to be placed below other priorities. What sort of initiatives, I guess, are more important than school? Well, it depends on whom you ask. Insurance programs, infrastructure, subsidizing local businesses, law enforcement, and assistance to struggling families. I'd mention of his last example, I'd catch myself looking at the worn tip of my sneaker and redirect my gaze to Mr. Underwood. Personally, I think education should be a top priority for any government administration. Mr. Underwood smiles. You're not going to find many here who disagree that education is important. Many moving pieces play a role in the decision-making, but I did not call you in here to talk about that. From my understanding, this demo is actually fairly long, so I kind of want to play the whole demo. I'm just basing this off what I've seen other Let's Players do, because I follow far too close. He does a lot of visual novel stuff, and he's played the demo, and I think his is fairly long, like lengthwise anyway. So this is probably a pretty meaty demo. Most visual novels are pretty meaty demos though, so, not like you have to pay for this, so you can definitely get a good feel of what the game is going to kind of grow into. Our administration receives a cut of the budget, and we then craft our school budget from it. Year over year, the student populations has been increasing while our funding has been decreasing. Is that why there's no sign up for track this year? That came out more accusatory than I intended. Oh man, I remember my high school. Our high school was actually fairly wealthy for a high school, and but they were misers. Like anything that like wasn't sports, they didn't care about. Which is a sad state of affairs in kind of like America, where a lot of sports teams and a lot of coaches and stuff make tons and tons of cash. So it's like they prioritize that over like things like like art, which our school considered cutting for a while. Like considered cutting like art and music, and I'm like, are you serious? We are taking a hard look at all our extracurricular programs. You ever seen the movie Mr. Holland's Opus, which is really good? It's about a choir, like a music teacher, band teacher, who eventually like gets band cut, like year after like years long. It like kind of chronicles his life as a teacher there at his school. And like eventually they cut band, and he is like really pissed off about it because he's like, oh yeah, Cut bam, but not sports. I see how it is. A really good movie if you have a chance to watch it. Okay, I'll stop harping on other stuff and play the game. Student representation is not the goal. Service to the school is. We need the additional manpower, and this is a relatively cheap method. Students are cheap. They work like slave labor. And it presents you with an opportunity to help the school. If you do well and recruit some of your hardworking friends, you will make a positive impact. From what I remember, we didn't have a student union in our high school, which kind of sucked. We didn't have much of anything, as it turns out. Not a whole lot of clubs or anything, really. It was a sad state of affairs, let me tell you. We only had one foreign language. It was Spanish. I was bad at it. I'm not good at Spanish. I cannot make promises beyond guaranteeing your paycheck. Paycheck? We're getting paid? I take a deep breath, collecting confidence to put forth my most important question. How much will I be paid? I mean, pay is, a very taboo thing here in the States anyway, for asking for jobs. It's seen as like a negative. But I'm like, it's a job you're taking, and don't you want to know how much you're going to be making? People may see it as selfish, but I don't see it that way. Minimum wage is the same amount you receive from the library. You thought we could afford to pay you more? The school's struggling. This is instant coffee, I'll have you know. He responded without hesitation. He was prepared. It's disappointing, but really not more than I can realistically expect. Mr. Underwood downs the rest of his drink and glances at the clock on the wall. Are you interested? Hesitate, but only for a moment. I need this. I'm out of other options, and this seems like a cool thing to do. Maybe I can reconnect with some old friends. I equip confidence, gives me +2 charisma, and address Mr. Underwood. Definitely. Seems complicated, but I can help with whatever you need. Are you sure? This is not a small project for me either. He glances at the wall behind me again. Yes, sir. What sort of work will I be doing? Underwood smiles. Oh, there you go. First, I believe that you can support some of our administrative functions. We need someone to man the library here, too, for example. We may also utilize your team for event planning services. We have excess faculty rooms and spacious conference areas. I want to rent those for external events to earn revenue. Smart idea. Oh, like hosting workshops or conferences? I help the library with scheduling seminars. Yes, I need to develop a formal list of your responsibilities and the responsibilities of the union as a whole, achieve board approval, and get some paperwork to you. So, I mean, it will take some time to get this all finalized. What you need to do in the meantime is vital. Please recruit at least 4 other students by the end of the week. That will demonstrate to the board that we actually have interested and ambitious students to fuel the program. It will not work if you are the only participant, obviously. Oh. I have to talk to people? That wasn't in the contract. Like a bucket of water thrown on a freshly lit match. Mr. Underwood senses my mood swing. You can ask some of your... He seems to catch himself and continues after an awkward lapse. Your classmates for help. It will actually be a great exercise for you in preparing for your role as delegator. We have intelligent and creative students here, and I'm sure you will find a handful willing to support the school. Yeah, I can do that. By Friday, then? Yes, all of you meet me here, and I'll give everyone an update and initial push. Do you... Gosh, dang it. The bell rings and Mr. Underwood gestures to the door. You better head to the next period. I would hate to consume more of your time than I should. If you have questions, feel free to reach out by phone or email. Bluntly, Mr. Underwood places his business card in my hand as I stand. It's a neat idea. Neat design. The card lists his office phone number, cell phone number, and email address. Is it strange to give your cell phone number to a student? He seems devoted. I nod and reluctantly smile. Thanks a lot, Mr. Underwood. No, thank you. He waves as I open the door and move back into the hall. Collecting my belongings from last period was easy since I really hadn't brought any. Well, some students' books are still in order and I haven't arrived. Most inherited old books. I only got my open locker in the hallway, Mr. Underwood's card in one hand and my phone in the other. Turner Underwood, assistant principal. I add him to my contacts. What was I about to ask him? Oh, we can actually... So there's decisions. It's not a connected visual novel. There's decisions you can make, and they actually affect quite a bit, from what I understand. But every visual novel developer says that, so who really knows? Deep strategic choices. Okay. Can I get paid this week? Should I record my time worked as a specific way? Can I do anything to help get the project approved? Probably what we were going to do anyway, just find people. Hi, Mr. Underwood Lane. Do you think I should record my time worked a certain way? Good question. I will leave timekeeping to you. Keep a central written or electronic record for everyone. Alright. I slip Mr. Underwood's business card in my worn wallet. With a metal clack, I close my empty locker. The sound echoes, almost spookily. The students who were shuffling around me have already entered their next classes. I haven't memorized my schedule yet, so I ease my crumpled note from my pocket. After a confirming glance, I crinkle back in place and walk. At least I know a couple people I can ask for Mr. Underwood's project. During lunch or this afternoon may be a good time to ask around. In the meantime, I'll plan, since we don't have many details worked out. Otherwise, I doubt I'll persuade anyone. 2 students, myself included, would be guaranteed at least. I'll need 3 more. Students are standing in irregular circles outside my destination. Groups migrate past me while I approach 2 students in the conversation. Oh, just so you know, this game apparently does have adult content. I don't know if the demo has it. At least its Yo demo might have some adult content, I don't know. But the final game does have adult content. If you go to Kickstarter, you'll see. It's all censored, so it's whatever, but... Why not? He is strict, and he lives right next to me. Doesn't matter how hard-assed he is or where we hand off. Jeez, just help me out like before. I don't know. Hey! Evan spots me, and with a sidelong steps, widens the circle of 2. Why is everyone out here? Forget it, man. Either ignoring or reacting to my interruption, she moves against the flow of the other students. I notice the classroom they had been negotiating near me is empty. I think art's canceled today. Why? I begin moving with the flow of the crowd, and Evan follows beside me. I don't know, she didn't come in, and Coach Jean just told us to head to the gym. You mean Miss Webb? Yeah, Ross, is that Ross? Ross said she was really upset this morning. His eyes look past me and catch on a passing classroom door. Instinctively, I follow his darting glance and see nothing but a closed door. He continues doing this with each room we pass, so I decide to ignore it. She looked it. She was trying to find the new assistant principal, but I don't know why. Weird. What is? I don't know. It's just so different this year. Oh, did you... I stumble hard and grip the handrail, but the loose railing provides no support. I release it with a jerk and catch myself on the wall instead, palms open. Beyond the inner railing, a narrow gap separates the flights. The height from the second floor creates a more potent wake-up call than the smell of Mr. Underwood's coffee. Crap, that'll really hurt someone before it's fixed. I right myself and continue downstairs. Well, you want to know how to fix it? Join the student union. This crumbling school. I'll get the funds necessary to fix this place. Did you ask about a work-study position? Oh, Mr. Underwood said he'd like me to start a group, like a paid club that helps the school. See, that's weird, too. You know about the layoffs, right? And with the way left of classes, Principal Decker must be desperate, that's all. Mr. Underwood mentioned the school's budget was cut. That's more weird, not less. Oh man, Principal Decker. Just wait. Wait till you meet that person. How can they pay you? I mean, there's less staff, but not less work. They have to pay someone to do it. And we're cheap. That's true. We? Who's this we? Yep. I face Evan outside the gym entrance with pep in my step. The burst of energy exhausts him. It's minimum wage. You'll need to put in around 5 hours a week. I've got a lower limit of 10 since I'm organizing. Evan scowls at the floor. As I expected, I'm smiling. I don't know. I have a lot of questions, and you can't. We lock eyes. Okay, can I at least think about it? I wanted to do drama club this year. Of course. Take your time, and I'll text you the details tonight. Convenient after I figure them out. Besides, there might not be a drama club unless someone helps out around here. You said group. How many people? 3 more to get us going. Want me to ask Holly? Probably not her thing. Doesn't hurt to ask. Let's go in now. I think we're late. For what? Everyone's either sitting around or playing ball. Our art class has around 20 members, and there must be well over 4 classes in here. Jesus, they might as well have canceled school today. I almost don't hear Evan over the chatter. Ross might have had the right idea this time. I borrow an abandoned basketball and join the idle shooting on a corner of the court. Evan follows along the sideline. So what were you two talking about? Nothing really. I mentioned Mr. Underwood moved into our apartment building. My shot bounces off into the students just above the rim, so I left another ball rolling near. How'd you find out? He asked me to move a couple boxes. He lives alone, I think, but he seems nice. Sorry, I didn't text you back. On my next throw, the ball moves through the net with a swish. It's fine. Got some good sunset shots out there. Did you talk to the librarian? She said they found someone. In the gas station? Nothing there. Or the grocery. The timing's off and they have enough hands. You know, I can do your homework sometimes, or cover for you. My next throw misses with a thud from the backboard. That's fine. I'm gonna have the student group. If I do well, it's sure to be steady. Right. So what will you do? Make Mr. Underwood coffee. I mean, I make a mean mocha. Serious. So am I. My shot once again intercepts another student just above the rim. Tall girl approaches us with a relaxed greeting. Hi! She addressed Evan, but I responded anyway. Geez, she is very, very well defined. What's up? It is better to take turns. I'm briefly confused and glance at Evan. Her message clicks after he nods to the basketball goal. Oh, sorry. She nods slowly and turns. Evan stops her by speaking up, which catches me more off guard than her. Nate, wait. Nat, wait. This is Lane. He's a senior too, and at this point I suspect a pattern. Did he become popular with girls? Nat is listening patiently as Evan trails off. Answers no. No, he didn't. Better help him. We're offering a few students a paid position at the school. I just started this group to help the school administration since they're short-staffed. About 5 hours a week or so. It's a club that looks very good on your resume when you graduate. You'd be organizing events and managing the library or the computer lab. I have no interest. Damn. As she walks away, she catches a stray basketball. She's attractive. I send a smile to Evan. Your pitch needs work. Worked on you, didn't it? Aren't you worried? I'll manage. We've got until Friday to get more members. Thanks for the wingman, though. You got it. How do you know her, anyway? Through Holly. She knows everyone. Pulling her in basically means we're set. Like I said. Let's say you're right. Who else? Since I no longer feel confident enough in my multitasking to avoid disturbing Nat, I lead us to the bleachers. What you said earlier. They need people to manage the library. I sit with my back to the wall. Why can't you just do that? Yeah, it makes sense. Mr. Underwood didn't make it sound like a sole student was an option, though. He said they don't want to go through the setup for just a single person. I mean, how much could it even be? Enough that it's not worth it without a substantial program? I don't like it, but you should ask Alice for help. Oh, Alice. I love the name Alice. I smile and take census of the students here. You're full of solutions today, aren't you? Today, huh? I approach a brooding guy and interrupt his reclined position. Hey, Kane. No, wait, don't. Evan flinches and reaches out. Kane sits up as I approach and greets me with a look of recognition. What's up? What's going on with Alice? What? Sudden glare, not the response I anticipated. Your girlfriend, why isn't she with you? He steps level with me, then glances at Coach Jean. Coach is playing on his phone on the court bench. That's a good coach. Kane stands taller and is more physically imposing compared to other students. And to me. What the fuck are you trying to say, you little shit? What? Nothing, You just what? You want to be funny? Get a rise out of me? My collar tightens as he grips the chest of my shirt so forcefully I wonder if it'll tear. No, what do you... Proxies for white flags, my hands raised defensively. He shoves me onto the stairs, the corner digging into my spine. Ow. Sharp pain. I wince and writhe. Play stupid fucking games on stupid fucking prizes. He storms from the stands and into the halls. Evan helps me upright. Are you okay, man? Probably. I don't know. I'll find out in a few years. They broke up over the break. It was really public. Really. I mean, even I knew. But thanks for telling me, man. I noticed Nat looking at me from the court. She resumes playing. Well, I'd say that hurts my pride more if my back didn't hurt so much. Jeez. She dumped him, apparently. Told everyone he was a womanizing pig, a failure, and a poisonous fool. That's very specific. You posted it online. No, that's not right. I've been too busy working to be plugged in. I know. It only seems to hurt worse when I massage the area, so I stopped attempting. I'll catch Alice over lunch. Think she'll join? I don't know, probably. Crazy asshole. I spent time recovering in Evan's company until our next class. As my sounding board, Evan helps think out more of the group's jobs. We at least become more familiar with the idea. The din of the cafeteria discomforts me. Energetic freshmen socialize with a few outgoing upperclassmen. I don't see Evan, but scan carefully for my target. Despite the noise, there are fewer students than last year as usual. I might be wrong about that, since Mr. Underwood said there were more students overall. He's probably right. The room disperses the aroma of the kitchen. Chicken strip day, reliable as ever. I don't find who I'm looking for, but I do spot a familiar face. A short girl sits alone at the end of a table. She's staring at her food, expressionless, as if separated by miles. I decide I'll put an end to that and sit across from her. It's funny to see so many empty seats around you. She flinches, dropping her plastic fork. Oh, hey there. Holly's radiant, beaming at me. Holly, I love Holly. Holly's a great name. For a lot of my games that I play, that female protagonist, I name them Holly. You're right, where is everyone? She steals my fork. I was going to ask you that, honestly. Well, this presents an opportunity. For catching up. I haven't seen you since forever. You got huge. You just shrank. With a grin, I begin enjoying my finger food. My vast cuteness has simply reached maximum density. You're dense, huh? With a fork flourish that's a little too close to my face, she retorts without hesitation. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Didn't say I didn't like it. He giggles and clears her throat. Good. Now then, dear wanderer, why hast thou approached my spring after so many years? Weeks, you mean? The break isn't that long. Every day without sufficient worship is another scar upon my soul, an affront to my divinity. Awfully needy for a goddess. Library kept me occupied. Working, of course. Boring as usual. Responsible has a better ring to it. What were you doing then, oh great one? She hesitates. Just preparing for the harvest. I think she changed her number over the break. I can read the mood, so don't pry further. Well, I hope my current tribute will make up for my heresy. It's a start. Her little fingers trace the edge of her tray. Her untouched food must be cold by now. Things will pick up next week. Speaking of work, though. Oh? The positive expression dissipates. I'm starting a student union and we could use a mascot. Are you interested? She scoffs with a regained smile. That's a new one. Granddaddy didn't mention it, so it must be a brand new scheme. Mr. Underwood's brainchild. Cheap labor, resume building. Through valiant effort, I avoid talking with my mouth full. Figure, as Granddaddy said Principal Decker was desperate for new ideas. Are you in? Just sign up on paper, contribute or hang out as you feel like. I'm not sure about the level of commitment expected, but I don't correct myself. She pauses for a few seconds before shaking her head. No, it'd probably be stressful. Come on, I'll pick up the slack. You won't have to if I'm not joining. She's gripping her tray, the tendons in her hands visible. Okay. I'll just let you know how it goes. Are you gonna eat all that? Oh no. Go ahead and tax me. Thanks. She grips my wrist as I reach for her food. But know this. The blood debt will be paid. All you want, Kay. Okay, I shall hold you intimately to that promise, Wanderer. Mr. Thou. Are we gonna get tired of being so, silly? It's not silly, it's fun. Don't people make fun of you? At this age, I almost add. My supreme adorability grants safe passage. I can make fun of you if you're feeling left out. Her expression becomes difficult to read, but only for a moment. I'm not. Hey, mind if I sit with you? Evan stands beside the table, waiting permission to intrude. Just in order to tell him it's fine, Holly beats me to it. Another one joins the flock. Please kneel, traveler. I'll just sit. What took you? Calculus is no joke this year. His expiration is palpable. A few extra newtons, he plops down. Really? Did you find your limit? Evan rolls his eyes as a thin girl slides into place beside Holly. Her hairstyle changed over the break, so it takes me a second to recognize her. Is this Alice? She looks at me with a grin, which helps jog my memory pretty quickly. Welcome to the foul feast. Holly bounces with enthusiasm and bumps shoulders with Alice. Oh, it is Alice. I just had a feeling. Thank you. You like Mr. Underwood's class? I respect the man. He's a good instructor. Speaking of, I'd like to talk to you. Oh? I glance at Evan, whose expression tells me the plan's off. Mr. Underwood told me about the student union. I'll be joining, of course. Great! As the president, naturally. I've been wanting an opportunity like this for a while to really start making some changes around here. You can't just join as the president. That's not how it works. It took someone new in the administration to just like the shake-up, but I suppose that's how it goes. Well, I'm glad you're into it, but Mr. Underwood already agreed. The valedictorian leading the charge makes for a compelling sell to the school board. Missing conflict always shrinks. Evan eats his meal. I'm the best suited for seeing this through. I lean forward on my empty tray. Did he mention how many hours I'd get? He said I'd need to give at least 10 hours weekly to manage the group, but we're not sure how utilized members will be. You can always work less. I'll make sure to have someone cover for you. I stand up from my table, tray in one hand, my other shoving in my pocket. Excuse me. I'm pissed. Tells me to find these people to just go ahead and make her the president of the group. I don't like that. Yeah, she's smart and intelligent. But it was his idea for me to do all this. Why shouldn't I lead the group? Moving away promptly, I slap the food tray into the recycled stack and step into the hall. I yank my phone to my ear and listen to the dial-out noise, and eventually Mr. Underwood's voicemail message. My phone vibrates. Can't talk now, what do you need? Alice wants to be president. Where does that leave me? If Alice would like to try for the spot, the fair approach would be democratic. Founding members will vote for the president Friday. Okay. If... I took my phone away and returned to the cafeteria. Man, I got no chance to win against her. She's cute. Holly excused herself from our table. I wonder if it's because she was done. Well, I think so. I know so. With that, I can pull the group together in no time. Alice, did you even talk to Mr. Underwood? My confrontation is met with a smirk. What did he say? The president's position will be put to a vote on Friday. That is quite fair. I can't argue with that, I suppose. Frustrated, I sit. It is, and you're outnumbered. It won't do for you to intimidate others. We both look at Evan, who won't look either of us straight on. I'm with Lane, sorry. Of course, he's inconsistent. He's consistent, not inconsistent. Fine, I'll soon have followers of my own. With an enthused tap on the table, she stands. Well then, gentlemen, I do look forward to establishing bipartisan solutions after my swearing-in ceremony. Evan and I look at each other in silence. Alice acts uncharacteristically shy about us judging her. For now, I hope to have a spirited competition. I'll bid you both adieu. After she leaves, I turn to Evan. What were you talking about while I was gone? She was brainstorming ways to recruit people quickly. And? Well, the short version is to make false promises, get lots of students to join on that basis, have the group established, and let things settle however they settle. Oh. Okay. Seriously? That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Why not? It works in our government. Mr. Underwood would lose respect for me if he found out. He might even fire me. Just think about it. Has he given any specific instructions? Well, a few. So it's reasonable. Expected, even. That a student acting on his own wouldn't get all the details straight, you see. I'm not incompetent. Doesn't matter. He's taking a risk by letting you figure things out alone. He wouldn't be able to justify firing you. After it's already set up anyway, and... Stop, I'm not doing that. But you need the money. If Alice does it, then I might get less work from the school. Big fucking deal. At my snap, he flinches and looks at the remainder of his lunch. Okay. Are you gonna finish? You can have the rest. Thanks. Inelegantly, I pocket his last morsel, and not long after, we move on to finish out the day's classes. Normally, I like the last class of the day, but not this time. A slight shove from behind catches me off guard. I turn quickly. A professionally dressed woman blushes. I recognize her since she's been a fixture of the school for as long as I can remember. It's Principal Decker. She's a cutie. My favorite character. And I don't even know her. I've seen pictures. Excuse me. It's a bit crowded in here between classes. She smiles warmly and dusts my upper back. My face flushes and I watch the crowd flowing past us both. Really? Okay, no problem. One of the rewards was like $70. You can get a poster of her taking like a drunk selfie. I wanted it, but then I'm like, I don't want her to be drunk. I want her to do it of like her own consent. She waits through students with more care, and those that recognize her make a path. I finished walking through the door to my last class. Study hall bothers me. I signed up for this period, that much is true. However, I doubt anyone here appreciates the situation. No textbook to study yet, no assignment to complete, no talking, assigned seating. Coach Gene idles on his cell phone. One clever student brought their own book to read. A few others draw on notebooks. After a tap on my shoulder and a subtle exchange, a note reaches my desk. Pull the fire alarm. Yes or no? Make it rain. 8 tally marks under yes and 3 under no. I crumpled in my pocket to end the game. I'm feeling worn out. Maybe I'll nap. Between the fire alarm and the bell, I'd be covered for alarm clocks. I lay my head to rest on my forearm and close my eyes. My head hurts. Aches. I roll my palm over my back of my head, fingers slipping through my hair to my scalp. Texture of little bumps cling to my hair around the sensitive area. Soft clumps collect beneath my fingernails. Ah! Sitting up through a burst of dizziness, I hold one side of the desk for balance and pull my hand in front of me. Ruddy residue of dried blood stains my palm. I don't think I'm bleeding anymore. Kind of hard to focus. I check my phone's clock. After pressing past the low battery notification, I see that it's almost 8:30. My sore back and throbbing head convinced me not to stop and brood. Oh my god. I struggle into the empty hall, each step with increased equilibrium. Though it's dark, I'm able to find the entrance via the faint light of my phone and from the hall windows. Front door doesn't give way. Calm, I try again. It dawns on me that I'm locked in the school. I survey the door, hall, and nearby windows. No luck in finding an easy exit. Just when I'm about to call Mr. Underwood, my phone dies. Great. Camping here isn't going to kill me. I'd rather not. I carefully move down the hall to investigate the first floor. Anyone here? My voice echoes. Many of the classrooms are locked, and those that aren't hold no signs of life. As I near a complete pass of the first floor, I hear a single thud from the ceiling. I step closer to the main stairwell, which is poorly lit. Hello? A louder thud replies. Still dizzy. Cautiously, I move up the stairs, using both hands for support. There's terrible lighting here, I can't see a thing. I get to the end of the railing at the top of the flight, move to my hands and knees for better support. I'm crawling up the stairs while hugging the wall, better safe than sorry. The boom of a door slamming causes me to flinch. I hesitate, but continue upward. Words catch in my drying throat. My hand touches something in the darkness, something warm and wet like the inside of a mouth. Pulling back quickly, my knees skid down one stair below. I stop and listen. I wipe my damp hand on my jeans and continue moving up, taking great care to avoid that area. From the top of the stairs, the hall is illuminated by a lit open classroom. Silently, I move to my feet and sidle to the door. I peer inside to see wide eyes staring back at me. Oh my god. Holy shit. Cover my heart and jump at the same time she sees me. Her fright flips to irritation. You? What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. Nothing. What has Turner got you doing now? No, I'm trying to go home. The door's locked. Why are you here? She closes the distance between us. I fell asleep. I don't know. I couldn't stop it from sounding like an excuse. She glances at the clock. Really? You snapped over 6 hours, huh? Yeah, I'm really tired. I don't sleep well these days. Sorry, I was embarrassed. I bumped my head at the gym today and felt sleepy during study hall. Let me see. She inspects my head with her finger and I wince. Her expression softens. Oh, are you alright? Are you alright? I heard a lot of noise up here. I was unpacking and setting up materials for tomorrow's class. There are several cardboard boxes behind her in the classroom, one of which is empty. Paper, pencils, pastels, markers, newspapers, sketchbooks, and other supplies are splayed out on the floor. I heard a door. Look, let's get you sorted and call your parents. She appraises me. Jeez, you've got blood in your pants. Why didn't you tell someone? Looking at my thigh, I confirm it myself and turn toward the stairwell. My goodness. What's your name? Lane. My phone died. Mine didn't. What's her number? I look back at her. Whose? Oh, I don't remember. Okay, I'll look it up. Come on then. takes me by the wrist and leads me to the administrative side. We enter an office door labeled Principal Decker. She motions to the couch after flicking on the light. Don't sit down. I obey. The office is plain, but the couch looks expensive. Notebooks and manila folders lean off the desk in a precarious stack. Last name? Fox. She furrows her brow and moves from one filing cabinet to the other. Miss Webb? Yes? Did you buy those art supplies? As she turns to me, her butt bumps the paper stack, sending its contents wafting to the floor. Oh, fuck me. She goes to her knees to collect the mess, and I help her. Yes, I did. Why? Otherwise, we wouldn't have any. I'll clean this. You keep looking for my file. She moves a strand of hair behind her ear and eyes me. Then she follows my suggestion. After a few minutes, I've sorted the pages into 2 separate stacks on the desk. I open the desk drawer and pull out a half-empty bottle of wine. Valley of Plenty Vineyards. Don't touch the personal items. Okay. Miss Webb snatches it from me and sets the bottle back on the desk before closing it definitely. Sorry. Miss Webb huffs. Also, do you not actually attend this school? Your record is missing. Oh, Mr. Underwood might still have my file. Ugh, what's your address? My record is probably in his office. We can just go check, right? No, it would be rude to intrude when he's not around. Hello? Are we intruding into the Principal Decker's office? She recognizes the inconsistency too. I'll just drive you home. Come on. Wait. You're gonna come back and finish unpacking? I haven't decided. Come on. With impatience, she moves out of the office, turning the lights off on me before I follow. Why don't I help you? We can go twice as fast. You realize you probably had a concussion, don't you? I feel a lot better after the nap. Shouldn't we go to a hospital instead? She spins on her heel to address me. You are going home, young man. Okay, alright, yes ma'am. Please wait here. She collects her purse from the art room, leaving me alone in the dim hall. My head is still throbbing, so foregoing helping her unpack is probably for the best. I place my hands in my pockets and realize the one which held those 2 notes is now empty. My schedule's gone. So is that fire alarm note. I'll use the emergency exit stairs to get to the parking lot faster. Miss Webb moves ahead of me and in the opposite direction of the pitch-black stairwell. I follow. Won't we set off the fire alarm? We should, but it's broken. Oh, that's great. Sure, the fire marshal's gonna love that. That's probably against some regulation, right? You should put it on your to-do list for your club. How do you know about my club? We walk from the exit stairs to the parking lot and then step into her car. I tell her my address and we start the drive. After a couple minutes of silence, I break the ice. I'm sorry for the trouble. She glances at me unfazed. How did you fall? I don't remember exactly. I look out the passenger side window. Do you remember it non-exactly? If you're being bullied, I need to know. No, it's not that, honestly. Well, bump on the head gives you a pass. Please be more careful. The ride is quiet once again. Not sure for how long. My mind wanders. Your project with Turner, Mr. Underwood, was it your idea or his? I think both. I asked what I could do to help for a part-time job and he recommended it. So it was your decision. It's something you wanted to do? I hesitate. Well, definitely, yeah. You want to join? She laughs slowly. I'm not a student anymore. I've had my fill of groups in college. Oh, maybe we can help you. For a start, I can come in early tomorrow and help you finish unpacking. You're dead set on it, huh? Her focus returns to the road. If you mean it, I'll be in that classroom around 7. There's no pressure, though. It'll take us no more than 30 minutes. Thanks. Do you want my number? Are you always so bold, or just with a head injury? I feel my cheeks flush. No, but thank you. You can call the school and ask for me if you need to. I nod. Is this it? We've arrived at my place. Miss Webb pulls the car closer to the parking area. Yeah, the one to the left. Thank you for the ride. There are no parked cars next to the building and all the lights are off. Miss Webb looks like she's about to ask me something, but seems to change her mind. No problem. Do you have a key to get in? Yeah, I'm good. Alright, see you at school. Miss Webb waits for me to go inside before driving away. I'm greeted by the cat. I know, you're the one who wouldn't go out this morning. After flipping the light switch, I take the chicken strip from my pocket and place it into Jester's food bowl. Without occupying him, I walk through the hall to my room and settle in for the night. Dude, is that a picture of Spike Spiegel on the freaking wall? Totally picture Spike's people. Cool glass of water, healthy dose of acetaminophen, Tylenol, and a change of clothes refresh me. There's a little scratch on my head that I can trace with my fingertips, but it doesn't hurt. Ah! Scabbed over probably. I sit on my bed and pick up my charging phone. I am already winning. Wait, who gave you my number? Information asymmetry is too fun to ruin. Truce? Let me be the president. I need... What? Typo. Not happening, but feel free to concede gracefully. I had the number in my contacts as Alice and stare at my phone for a few seconds. After putting it beside my pillow, I turn off the bedside lamp. Aw, it's the moon and the sun. That's a cute little transition. I like that. Bright and early as promised, at least on my end. Someone other than Miss Webb shows up and to my surprise stops to unlock the door. Rosalind. Oh, it's Rosalind. Okay. Shoves the door against the wall with a slap. What are you doing? Going in, you coming? I follow her inside, closing the door behind us. Leave it open, man. After muttering an apology, I reopen it. Okay, so really, what are you doing? I owed Sam a favor. Are you good? She leans in the doorframe and gives the room a look. Who's Sam? Your teacher. Miss Webb? I praise her, my eyes moving over her body. She stiffens. I highly doubt her idea of you helping was to open the door for me this morning. Why don't we get started? It'll be quick. Come on, Roz. I could use the company. Fine. What do? I'm not sure what to do either, so I improvise. See those boxes? You can divide out the supplies and I'll set up an easel per workstation here. Bossy, aren't you? You literally just asked me what to do, you know, so let's get to it. Her fingers trace the edge of Miss Webb's desk as she moves through the box I indicated. Sure, this is for Sam, not you. Don't get any weird ideas. I smile. We set up the room for the classes to come, and to my surprise, Roz pulls her weight. Why are you up so early? She ignores me. Where's Miss Webb anyway? She's just busy. We continue. Once the cardboard boxes have been cleaned out, I begin ripping one in half to tear into compact strips. Hey, quit it, you dumbass. Roz kicks me, causing me to stumble and turn abruptly. Ow, what the hell? She snatches the torn box from me. Don't you think she'll want to reuse these? Or recycle them for something? Oh, you're right, sorry. With a huff, she pushes the boxes behind Miss Webb's desk. That's it? I think so, yeah. We've got some time before class. And? Step a little closer. Yesterday, what were you asking Evan to do? Ah, that weasel. I used to get him to do my math. Now he's too scared. You want him to do your homework? Just the math. It's not like I need to solve for X in real life. Well, we're past solving for X, but I decided against letting her know. You bad at it? It's not that. I don't do it because it's pointless. Why do you even care, man? How about I help you with it? I'm not a weasel. Sure, I won't stop you. But not for free. What did you pay Evan? He scoffs. Nothing. Hey, $5 for each assignment. You're kidding? That's... Okay, you want to do the work yourself then? Alright. That's more than fair. Just do one a week if you don't like it. Glares into the hall. I'll think about it. She starts out, but I move in front of her. What? Give me your number. I don't think I'm your type. How else are you gonna give me the assignments unless you'd rather have my address? Oh, yeah, it's fine, I guess. She recites her number as added to my phone, and I grin. Great, thanks. Sure. You wanna join the club? Oh. She pushes back to me, and I'm left in the room alone. I left my phone. Hey, did you give my number to Alice? No, Holly might have. Holly has my number too? She asked you for it yesterday. She didn't text you. Oh, yeah. My fingers brush the rough texture of my jeans as I slide my phone away. Her eyes, my eyes linger on my thigh. I'll just go to my first class a bit early, I guess. It's still quiet, but I'm sure students will begin filing in shortly. Just like this morning when I came up, the stairwell remains pristine. Touch my head. Feels better. The scab might actually be smaller today. What the hell happened is what I want to know. Probably just looked more dramatic than it actually was at the time. As I moved up from the stairwell into the hall, I spot Kane standing outside my next classroom. Oh boy. He's leaning near the door and looking at a crumpled piece of paper in his hand. I search for an exit to avoid him, but he looks up and waves me over. I doubt sprinting away is an option, so I approach. Yeah? How you doing? He holds out his hand. The paper is my schedule from yesterday. Did you take this from me? He stands straight and places it in my hand. Found it. Figured I'd give it back to the owner. Okay, thank you. My sincerity isn't lost on him. I want to talk anyway. Listen, I really didn't mean anything yesterday. I mean, I didn't know. You know, I'm the last to learn anything in this world. I don't give a damn, honestly. He steps closer. Sorry for the little shove. No hard feelings, alright? Alright. He ruffles my hair firmly, irritating my scab. I step back. Good. Since we resolved things between us, there's no need to bring it up with anyone else. Do you agree? Yeah. Is that it? Flash of irritation moves over his face. He looks past me. Almost. I heard you and Alice are starting a group. I'm not interested in Alice, if that's what you're getting at. What the hell we aren't? What are you talking about? We're not interested in Alice. We're very interested in Alice. He laughs. It's genuine. She's not interested in you. She's interested in my position. To be fair. No? Why are you doing it? Helping the school. Bullshit. What do you get? What do you care? I don't really. He rubs his neck and glances over his shoulder. That's what I thought. He's just jealous. For a moment, it seemed like he was going to ask me something else, but he shrugs. Forget it. Tucking his hands into both pockets, he leaves me to linger in the hall alone, and I'm thankful. I rotate my schedule from one side to the other. My name isn't on it. My pocket vibrates, so I swap the paper with my phone. Check your locker. Oh, hey. Holly, right? No response. How did we know it's Holly? I guess it would be because we put Alice as a contact, so this would be the only number we don't know. I do have a little more time before class. I can humor her, I guess. I was going to have her charge my phone more often at this rate. Approach my locker. Maybe I'll regain that middle school popularity I enjoyed after a while. Evan's right about it being a weird start to the year, but it'll even out, I'm sure. My head numbs instantly. Holy shh. I slap my hand over my mouth. A severed human hand lies in my locker. That's Holly's hand, because that's her cat ears. Beneath the detached wrist, a deep red pool has collected. I can't even scream. Holy shit. After I recoil, my back hits the opposite opposing lockers. Wet streaks, I drool from the side of the open locker. The little hand is familiar. The same little hand I saw clenching a lunch tray just yesterday. I can't. Why? What is this? I look around desperately and spot a silhouette turn the corner of the hall. Scrambling to my feet, I put my track and field training to full use. I sprint with all of my might. I turn the corner and see Holly and Alice giggling at me. You fell for it. Oh my goodness, your face. That's fucking awful. You do not play jokes like that on people. That is horrible. Do you need to go home and change? Holly bounces and brandishes both of her healthy hands. I'm okay, see? My terror becomes relief, but only for a second. Then I'm seething. Holly's enthusiasm fades as my fury registers. That's right. We strike terror into our enemies. I approached quickly, teeth clenched. Alice looks at Holly. This is but a taste of the trials a mere mortal must endure to challenge the gods, right, Hall? I slap her face so hard she stumbles sideways. Her glasses bounce across the floor. Lane? What the hell were you thinking? Alice's eyes well with tears. She hesitates a moment before running away. My vision blurs before I know what's happening. My body bounces against the lockers. Oh shit, it's Kane. Pressed against the classroom door, a handle digging into my back. Kane is holding me in place, glaring into my eyes. You piece of filth, how dare you? His fist slams into my face, my head knocking against the door with a crack. Holly screams and pulls at Kane's elbow. Hey, stop it, we're just joking, please. The commotion has brought other students over, and Coach Jean shoves through them to stop us. Kane punches me again, and I hear the glass behind me shatter. My memory ends. Holy shit. Wow, well, that's going to be it for this part, but we're definitely going to continue on in the next part. That'll be out sometime whenever I feel like it. So I'll see you guys then. Make sure to check the Kickstarter down below. All the links there. Download the game on Steam or itch.io. Also, I'll link those down there as well. The Twitter if you want to follow the developers. And with that, I will see you next time on more Student Union. Have a good day, everybody, and as always, take care.